Merry Christmas. So today is Christmas, and I'm excited. I like Christmas. I've got my Christmas cookies here, decorated by my kids. We've got a Christmas tree and some sort of gingerbread man. Got my eggnog, of course. And I am going to look at a puzzle that I saw last year, actually, around Christmas time, and thought, that looks like a fun puzzle. Never did it. And so I'm going to do it today. And this is called The Wreath. It's by RockyRoer. Roer? I'm not sure. Rocky something. Rocky created this cool-looking puzzle. So the rules are going to be pretty simple if you're used to the normal stuff. So it's just normal killer Sudoku rules. So the digits in the cages sum to the number in the corner. And all of the cages are actually 30s in this one, which is interesting. And then we have these red berries, which are really just black crop key dots. So the ratio dots, 1-to-2 ratio. So the red berries on the wreath are a 1-to-2 ratio, the digits. And that's all the rules. So I'm excited to try this one. I think it looks like a neat idea. It's very cool how it's, all the cages fit together nicely, little U-shaped things to make this wreath, and they're all 30, so very neat construction. I'm excited to try it. Link in the description as usual, and I'm going to give it a try now. We'll see how it goes. Let's just jump in. All right, let's reset our timer. So, the dots seem like a good place to start, right? So anywhere we have 2 dots in a row, we know it can't be 3, 6 because you'd have to have a repeated digit. You'd have 3, 6, 3, or 6, 3, 6. So it has to be 1, 2, 4, 8. And if you think about it, you can't have a 1 or an 8 in the middle because the 1 would have to have 2s on both sides and the 8 would have to have 4s on both sides. So we know the middle is a 2, 4. We can do the same thing down here. This one is... I'm going to move my cookies out of the way now. I'm going to try one of them. Very nice. All right. So, now that we have the 1, 2, 4, 8 here, we know this one has to be 3, 6 because we're going to use 3 digits out of 1, 2, 4, and 8 here. So this has to be a 3, 6. And this one's the same because they're in the cage, so you can't repeat a digit. So even though these two are in a different box, they're in the same cage. So these are a 3, 6. And these being a 3, 6 means this digit can't be a 3 or a 6, so these have to be from 1, 2, 4, and 8 as well. And same here, because these 3, 6 mean this can't be a 3 or a 6, because they're in the same cage. So these are 1, 2, 4, 8. Okay, so now what do we do with that? We've got a 3, 6 pair here. So let's think about the 30 cages. So 30, so we know that the digits 1 through 9 sum to 45. So a cage that sums to 30 has to be, and are they all 7 digits, right? Yeah, they're all 7 digits. So we're going to be missing 2 digits that sum to 15. So it's got to be either missing 6, 9, or 7, 8. So we know right away that the cages with the 3, 6 in them don't have a 7 or an 8. So this can't be, this can't have an 8. So this has to be 1, 2, 4. Means that's a 2 in the middle. We got our first digit. Now... this one's not an 8, but this one could still be an 8 because it's a different cage. Let's see, what can we do with this? And this one has to have... No, it doesn't have to have an 8 in it. Never mind. This could also be 1, 2, 4. Okay, but this has to have a 9 in it, right? Oh, so we know... Yeah, so this can't have 7 or 8, so this has to be 5 and 9. To complete that cage. And this one also has to have a 9 in it. It can't be here. One of those 3 has to be a 9. But we can't put a 7, 8 in here. So, okay, so 7 and 8 in box 2 have to be in these cells because we can't put a 7 or an 8 in a cage that has a 6. Because every cage has to be missing either 6, 9, or 7, 8. And so only one of 7 or 8 can go up here. So one of these 2 cells has to be a 7 or an 8, meaning this whole cage has a 7 and an 8 in it and not a 6 or a 9. And so there's no 6. So the 6 is... Oh, so the 6 has to be over here in box 2 then, which means this is a 3. So that has to be the 6. It's going to give us 3 and 6. So that puts a 6 up there. So there's no... Yeah, this could still have a 6, though. Have a 9 there or there. Okay, this one is... So this is... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. I think that's... I don't want to put all those in there. That's too many digits. We know that's what it is, but... Oh, you know what we can do? Oh, that's interesting. So, every cage is missing a 7, 8, or a 6, 9. Which means it has to have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Every cage has to have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now, how many cages are there? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 8 cages. So, we can only have one, and in fact, we have to have exactly 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, and 1, 5 outside of the cages. And every cage has to have a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So, the 2 in this cage has to be in here. Let's think about the 3. 3 might be interesting. Oh, well, first of all, where can 3 go in box 2? 3 has to be here. So this is now a 7, 8 pair, and this has to be a 1 or a 4. 7, 8. So where can 3 go? 3 can't be here or here. So there's a 3 in one of those, which puts a 3 down here. Got a 3 in this cage. 3 can't be anywhere here or there. Oh, this one can't be a 3. So there actually has to be a 3 in one of these 2 in this cage. Okay. That doesn't quite, I'm not quite seeing how that helps. 2s? Are 2s any good? Okay. Oh, we've got a 1, 2, 4, 8 quadruple. Look at that. 1, 2, 4, 8. So this has to be the 7. This is an 8. So these are then 5 and 9. Now, it'd be nice to know if this was a 6, 9 or a 7, 8 cage, because that would tell us whether that was a 5 or a 9. So we got a 3 in this cage. 3, 3. There's a 3 there. Okay, so there's not a 3 here. There's not a 3 here or there because this is in the same box. So the 3 actually has to be in here in this cage, which means that's not a 3, but it also means there's no 3 in here, so you have to have a 3 in there. Oh, that would have been true anyways because of just normal Sudoku. But that means you can't have... Oh, you can't have a 3 there. Okay, okay, yep. Look at this. The 3 has to be up here, so that is going to be our only 3 outside of a cage. So the rest of the 3s have to be in cages. So the 3s have to be... Okay, so down here, it has to be in a cage, right? We can't put a 3 down here. So the 3 is in row 7 or 8 in box 7. Over here, the 3 is in row 7 or 8 in box 9, because we can't put it in there because we have to have a 3 in this cage. So in boxes 7 and 9, the 3s are in rows 7 and 8, so it has to be in row 9 in the middle here. It's very nice. All right, 2. There has to be a 2 in there. There also has to be a 2 in one of these. Can't put a 2 right there because there has to be a 2 in this L shape, and all of those cells see that one. Oh, you know what we can do? Look, the 1, 4, the 1, 2, 4, 8 quadruple here. The 8 has to be down here. So this is 2, 4, 8 then. 2, 4, 8, which makes that a 1 and a 4 and a 1. Okay, there we go. So this is not a 1. We have 2, 4. Okay, so there's an 8 in here, which means this does not have a 6 or a 9 in it. So it needs a 7. So these have to be 1, 3, 5, and 7. These can't be 3. Still don't know about this one though, do we? Or this one. These can't be 1s. Okay, so you get a 1 in one of these in this cage, because of that one, and this one because of that one. So there's a 1 in there, which means this is not a 1 over here. The 8, we can't put an 8 in here. So the 8 can't be here because of this. It's in the row. It can't be here because we can't put a 6 and an 8 in a cage. So the 8 is up here somewhere, which means that is our 1/8 that is... No, that's not the same. It doesn't apply to 8s. That's 1 through 5 that we can only have outside of the cage ones. All right. We also can't put an 8 in here, so there's an 8 over there. Three, 5, 7, 5, 9, 3, 3. Okay, so I think we've done what we can with 3s. Can we do anything else with 1s, maybe? We need a 1 in every cage. There's a 1 in here, right? Just by normal Sudoku. So that is the 1 for the cage. So we can't put a 1 in here or right there because of that 1. So the 1 has to be down here in box 6, which means you can't put a 1 there. Now, if this was a 1, that would be interesting, because you'd have 1s here and here, and you'd have to put a 1 in the middle here, which would be your only 1 that would not be in a cage. But I'm not sure what to do with that. Okay, 1, 2. We need 4s in every cage. Can we do anything with 4s? Oh, we can't put 4s here, so there has to be a 4 over here. Can't be right there. There's a 4 in one of these two. There's not a 4 in here, so there's a 4 up here. Okay, which means you can't put a 4 there or there or there. Just have a 4 in one of these 3. Hmm. You have to have a 4 in one of these two, because it's either 2, 4 or 4, 8. So you can't put a 4 in these. So there has to be a 4 in one of those, which means this is not a 4. This is not a 4. And if this is not a 4, this can't be an 8. 8, 4, 2, 4, 1, 2. Still got a few options here, though. We're close. These are 2, 4, 5, and 9, I believe. All right, I'm going to start writing in some options here. 2, 4, 5, and 9. And these can't be 5 and 9. Which means these can't be 2 and 4. So this can't be 2 or 4. This has to be a 5 or a 9, because we can't put 5 and 9 up here, or it would rule out both options for that cell. So one of them has to be down here. Okay, I'm going to write... I know I wrote these in and then deleted them, but... just trying to see if anything jumps out at me. These can't be 4s. 1, 2, 5... So 6 has to be in one of those two in row 4 here. But this can't be a 4. 4, 4. So there's a 4 in one of these two in box 5. Which, if we get a 4 there, that would be our only 4 that could be outside of a cage. So that would be interesting. That would force a 4 here, which would put a 4 down there. Seems like it would work. Interesting. Okay. So there's a 3 in here. Okay, there's 3 in here, so this is not the 3. There's a 3 in one of those two. If this is 6, 9, the 6 has to be down here. What about the 9? Could we say anything about the 9? Well, if the 9 was down here, this would be 5. The 9 was up here, this would have to be a 9. Because you wouldn't be able to put a 9 in there. Okay. Also, if this was 6, 9, you wouldn't be able to have an 8 in there. But this could be a 2, 4 pair, and I think that would be okay. They'll give us 1, 5, 7 with a 9 there. So if this has 6 and 9 in it, this can't be an 8. This becomes 1, 5, 7. This would be a 9. So if this is 6 and 9, this is a 9. So the 6 is here and the 9 is up there. But I think that's okay. If it doesn't have a 6, and if it doesn't have a 6 and a 9 in it, if it's a 7, 8 cage, the 6 goes right there. But I don't know what that tells me, really. Okay, so 3, 3, 3, 4, 4. We got the 4 there. 5s, can we do anything with 5s? We need a 5 in every cage. But the 5s don't seem very limited right now. Okay, so we can't put a 5 there, so it's got to be a 5 over here. I wish I knew if this was a 6, 9 or a 7, 8 cage. That would be helpful. If it's a 6, 9, these can't be 9s. But this one could be, still. Interesting. Okay, back up to this cage. So I said, if this is a 6, 9 cage, you take out the 8 there. This is a 2, 4 pair, which makes this 1, 5, 7, makes that a 9. So if this is 6, 9, this is a 9. If this is a 7, 8 cage, where are you going to put... The 6 has to be down here then, which would make that a 9. So this is a 9 either way. That's a roundabout way of getting a 9 digit, but it worked. So now if this one is 6, 9, this has to be the 9. And you'd put a 5 over here. which will put a 5 there. But this one can't be 9. So I can't put 9s there. One, two, three, four, five, six. Oh, that's almost a quintuple there, but not quite. So one of these is a 6. If this is a 6-9 cage, this becomes a 6-8 pair. Okay, what about, let's see, 1, 2, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 6, 7, 8 is what we've got for options here. All right, where do we look next? Got the 4 over here. The 5 is in one of these 4. If it's a 7-8 cage, this is the 5. If it's a 6-9 cage, this is the 9. Don't know. All right, back up to here to this one. So this could be 6 with 9 up here. Or it could be 8. All right, so what am I supposed to be looking at? There's something that I need to see. I know there's a 6 up here. There's a 3 up there. Can I do anything with 5? Look at this cage. The 2, 4, 5 triple. There's a 5 in here because the 5 can't be down here. So this is 9 and 5. And now we get position of a 9. It still doesn't tell us, though, anything about these other cages. So we've got all of box 2 done, but we still know nothing about whether this is a 6-9 or a 7-8, or if this one is a 6-9 or a 7-8. But that's something at least. Okay, 2, 4, so this is not a 5. Ooh, a 5. This is... the 4 here, so that's not a 4. So the 4 has to be in one of these 2. So if the 4 is here, there's a 4 there. So there's a 4 in one of these 2. And there's a 4 in one of these 2. Right, okay, cool. So because there's a 4 in one of these 2 cells because of this cage, has to be in one of those 2. So if the 4 is here, then obviously you have to put a 4 up there. Is that right? No. It's not true. Because you can have a 4 down here. Shoot. In fact, if you have a 4 here, you have to have a 4 here. Not up there. It would have to be here. Because you have to have a 4 in this cage. The 4 down here rules it out of there. Okay, so it's one of these 2. I thought I had something there. One of these 2 is a 4. If it's here, then it's there. If it's here, then that's a 4. So it's either those 3 or these 3. That doesn't seem too helpful, though. Okay. Oh, this one can't be a 1. So these are 2, 4, 5, 7, 8. This one can't be 4. This one can't be 4. This one, this has to have a 5 in it, so this can't be 5. Because we have to have a 5 in there for the cage. Could this be... So there's definitely a 5 in here. Which means there's not a 5 here, which means there is a 5 here. So this is not 5. That's a 1-7 pair. There we go. Now we get 3-5. This is not a 5. This has to be the 5 because we have a 2-4 pair in the cage. So this is not a 5. This is not a 5. This has to be a 5 over here. Now we're getting something. That means there's a 5 up here because of these two, and that is our only 5 that can be outside of a cage. So the rest of the 5s must be in cages. There's no 5 here. So 5 here rules 5 out of those, which makes this a 5. And this is a 9. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. 9, 9. 9 down here. So this cage now cannot have a 9 in it because there's 9s seeing all of them. So it has to be a 7, 8 cage. There is no 6. Means there's a 6 over here and a 6 in the middle there. This is 1, 2, 4, 7, 8. And it has to have a 4. The 1 and the 7 here mean you can't put a 1 in there. It's a 6 and a 9 over here. Which means what? Does it mean anything? Don't think so. Because you could put a 6 and a 9 in here, I think. You couldn't put... well, what it does mean is there is a 6 or a 9 in one of these green cells here. So this is a 6-9 cage and not a 7-8 cage. So this is a 6-9 cage. And got a few options for the 9. 6 can't be here. Okay. You could still put a 9 over here, though, because you've got options for 9s over here. So we still don't know if this is a 6 or a 9, do we? So we can still put a 9 up here and a 6 down here. If it's a 7, 8, the 7 has to be at the top up here. But we know there's a 1 in here, so this is not a 1. So there's a 1 in one of those two for sure. There's a 1 down here. If this is a 1, it would put a 1 in the middle here, which would be our only 1 outside of a cage. This one can't be a 1. There's a 1 in one of these, because we can't put a 1 there. So there's a 1 in one of these 4, which means this one can't be a 1. If we could rule the 1 out of there, we'd have a 1 over here, and we'd have our 1-7 figured out, but I don't quite see that yet. No 1 here. There's no 1 in here. So there's a 1 in one of these 3. Okay. This... Still haven't figured out these last two berries, have we? 2, 4, 8. If this is an 8, this is 6. 8 forces 6 here. If it's it's not an 8, there's a 6 here. And a 9 up there. There. Now, if there's not a 9 in here, if this is a 7-8 cage, then there's a 9 up here, which puts a 9 over there. Is that a problem? Don't really see that it is. It also puts a 9 down there then, because it would take the 9 out of here, putting it in the cage, taking the 9 out of down here. We'll put a 9 in there. You'd have 9s in all of those then. Seems fine. As far as I can tell at this point anyways. So I know there's a 5 outside of a cage. So all the rest of the 5s have to be in cages. The 5 in box... I know there's a 5 in one of those. I know there's a 4 in one of these two. So what can this be? This can't be 1, 2, or 3. 4, 5. It can't be a 6. Can't be a 7. Can't be an 8. Can't be a 9. So this is a 4 or a 5 right there. Five is one of these two. So if this is not a 5, that's a 5. I don't know. Interesting. Oh, I hit the wrong button. Didn't mean to pause that. Right over here. Sun's coming out more. All right, so where is the key deduction that I'm missing? 2, 3, 5, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The 9 has to be in one of these 3. 3 is in one of those. Can we do anything else with... All right, let's look at our 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s, and 5s again. Because we know there's 1 in every cage. So 4 here. So 4 in one of those. 4 in one of these 2. If that's a 4, what happens if that's a 4? This becomes 2, 1. That's a 4. 2, 1, 5. This would have to be a 1. There's a 2 up there. This would be a 2, 4 pair. These would be 5 and 7. All right, there's something that I'm missing. There's a key thing that I'm not seeing somewhere. Okay, we know this is a 6-9 cage. We know that. So it can't have a 7 or an 8 in it. So the 8 has to be in one of these 3. But that's fine. That's not a problem. It has to have a 6, which can't be in either of these. Or there. But any of those could be 6s. It also has to have a 9, which could be in any number of places. Okay, if this is a 9, that would make this a 6-9 cage. 7. Okay, where's the 7? The 7 can't be in here because of the 1, 7. So the 7 is in one of these 4. Hmm. The 7 in the column here. The problem is we can put it up here. It's not forced into the cage or down here. 4. We know there's a 4 in one of those. There's a 4 in one of these. It's either those two or those two. Oh, this isn't a 4, but 3. So 3. Oh, the 3, 6 can't be there. Look, where can we put 3 and 6 in column 7? This cannot be a 3 or a 6. These are a 3, 6 pair. Oh, wow. So this is 1, 2, 4, or 7. It can't be an 8. We still don't know if this is a 6 or a 9 cage. But where can we put a 3 in this cage? Can't be in here because of the 3 there. It can't be there. And it can't be here because of the 3, 5. This is a 3. Wow. So that puts a 3 up there. So now we can't put a 3. There has to be a 3 down here. Okay, so we got a 3 and a 5. We need a 1, 2, and 4. So the 6 is in one of these two. This is either 2, 4 or 4, 8. If it's 4, 8, this is 2, 6. If it's 2, 4, then this is 6, 8. Okay, so there's definitely an 8 here. Look at the column. The 8 is in here. So these cannot be 8s. And we can't put an 8 here, so the 8 has to be there. There we go. Okay. Now we're getting something. Something at least. There's no 2 in here. There's no 2 in here because of these 2s. So one of these is a 2. This is a 7. This is not a 2. So that's a 1 or a 4. These are not 7s because of the cage. So one of these is a 7. I want to know if this is a 6, 9 or a 7, 8 cage. Okay, well these are 1, 2, 6, and 8. This one's not a 1. This one's not a 1. So that 1 has... No, it doesn't have to be, because the 1 can be down here. Okay. But there's definitely a 6 and an 8 in here. Oh, we can't have a 2 in here. We can't have a 2. Look, the 2 there. This is a 2. These are not 2s. So now we have a 1, 4, 7, 8 quad. This is a 2. I don't know if this is just a really hard puzzle or I'm just being very blind. It might be a little of both. Okay, so we have a 1 over here. 4, 7, 9. So this cage needs to either have a 7 or a 9 in it. Because it has to be either 6, 9 or 7, 8. Either way, the 7 or the 9 is up here. So, but what does that mean? And it has to have a 1 up here. So this has to be 1, 7 or 1, 9. This cannot have a 4. This has to be the 4. This is 2. That makes this a 4. 1, 7 would be 4, 9. 1, 9. 4, 7. Okay. So, yeah, this is not a 4, which means this is a 4. There we go. This is not a 4. 1, 7, 9. Okay. That works. There's an 8 on the outside. Okay, so this is... Oh, the 2. We already got the 2. So there's a 2 over here. This is 7, 8. 1, 7, 8, 9. This can't be 1 or 7, so this is 8 or 9. This is 1, 6, 7, 8, or 9, I think. But, oh, this is a 1, 4, 8 triple, so we get 7 and 1. So this is the 1. Okay. So, this is not 8. So we have... This is either 9, 6, or 7, 8. I don't know which one it is at this point. Okay, this is... There has to be a 7 in one of these two. Two, 5. Oh, the 2 can't be here because the 2 over here. So this is a 1, 5, 7 triple, giving us the 2 there. And this is 6 or 8. These are 5, 8, 9 up here. 1, 5, 7. Okay. We're getting there. We're getting there. Oh, I've got a 6, 8 pair giving us a 1 in the middle. So this is not a 1. So this has to be a 1 then. There's a 5, 7 pair. This is a 1. This is not a 1. So this is 2, 4 or 8, 4. This one has to be a 4 either way. So these are not 4s. This is not a 4. So now you can't put a 4 in any of these or there. This has to be the 4 in that cage. We can't have a 2 over here. These are 6, 8 pair. Got a 6, 8 pair in the row as well. So these are going to be 3, 5, and 9. This one can't be 3. This can't be 2. This is an 8. Okay, and now we're going to finally get our 6, 8 stuff disambiguated. So the 8, this is 7, 9, 8. These are not 8. This is an 8 and a 7. 6, 8, 6. There we go. All right, now we're getting somewhere. Okay. This is not a 4. This is a 5 or a 7, and it has to be the 7 because of the 5 there. So this is 5 and 7. We have 2 left in the row. It's the 8 here means we can't put a 9 in the cage. And so now there's a 9 in this cage, so these cannot be 9s. This has to be a 9. You're going to have a 6 in one of those. So we can't put a 6 here. We've got 6s there, so there needs to be a 6. Oh, we can't put a 6 in an 8 cage, so this has to be the 6 down here. This is not 6. Oh, this is actually a 7. 4, 8. Okay, so these are 1 and 6, I believe. 6, 9, 3, 4. So we need a 2. Oh, the 2 can't be there. This has to be the 2. 3, 3, 5, 9. 3, 5. Okay, so these are 1, 3, 5, and 7. And there has to be a 1 there, so this is 6 and 1, which gives us 4. So 1, 8 pair. 3, 5, 9, 1, 3, 5, 7. This can't be 7. And this can't be 7, so that's the 7. This can't be 1 or 3. That's 5. 9. This is 8, I think, to finish the column, which gives us the 1 and the 8 over here. That 5 on the left is going to give us the 3 and the 5. These are 2, 6, and 9. 6 and 9 can't be at the bottom. 9, 6 goes in that order. The 3 and the 5 gives us a 1. 3 and 5 over here. This needs to be a 3 or a 5, and there's a 5 to the right, so it's a 3 and a 5 and a 3. 9, 5. And the last 2 digits are a 4 and a 6. Oh, no, a 4. Woo, I was worried for a second there because there's a 4 and 6 over here. It's 4 and a 9, so it's 9 and 4. Timer turns green. There we go. I felt like I had a little bit of a sticking point in the middle there, but for the most part, that went really, really smoothly. Just a lot of little deductions here and there. Um, Very cool puzzle. Very neat idea. Thank you, RockyRoer, for creating that puzzle. Very thematic, and I liked how all the cages fit together nicely. There wasn't like one spot where you had to do a 3 and a 4 cage or something weird like that. It was very symmetric with the cages, and then adding in the crop key dots or red berries, if you will. Neat idea. Very cool puzzle. Not easy, but not impossible. There was no big, crazy break-in you had to figure out or anything. So I appreciated that you were able to kind of make some progress at the start and get going. That was great. So, all right. Thank you very much. Everybody have a Merry Christmas. I'm going to eat some more Christmas cookies. And I'll see you guys again soon with another puzzle. Thanks. Bye.
We